rappers. I just can't remember because that was, like I said, that was in the 90s. It was a full lineup, okay? So everybody from New York was going to be in there, okay? So we got tickets and everything. So we went and got our hair done, got our outfits and everything, and we jumped in a cab. We went downtown because we didn't want to have to worry about parking because we already knew it was going to be crazy. So we took a cab, got downtown. So we get downtown. When I say it was like a million people, literally it looked like the Million Man March. We was like, what? What's going on? Like, you knew it was gonna be lit, but we didn't know it was gonna be that lit, for real. So we gets down there, and it's people everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. It was just like people just all over, walking from areas, parking. It was no parking. So whoever had a car, like literally, that was the worst thing you could have did. You should have, jumped on some public transportation or something, because it was no way you was gonna park. And if you parked somewhere, cars was getting towed and everything. It was crazy. So anyway, we get there. So we get to the door. We hear people walking back from the Coliseum, City College, saying, going off about it, because they like, we can't get in, like they ain't let nobody else in. We like, what? Nah. And we ain't pay for our tickets, mind you. Somebody got our tickets for us, but that's not the point. That's not the principle. The principle is we ain't even got in the building yet. We haven't even got to the door, and they talking about they turning people away because it's over capacity. And I'm sure, because really, Puff should have had that at Madison Square Garden somewhere, really, because that's how packed it was, for real. All the people couldn't hold, City College couldn't hold. So anyway, we going closer and closer to the door, people going off, cursing, flipping out, yo, this and that, you know how people from New York do. We overdo it sometimes. So anyway, we get to the door, and they telling us straight up, like, nobody can get in. We're not letting nobody else in. So we like, are you serious? So we start flipping too, like, nah, man, we got tickets, this and that. We had good seats, like we was right in the front. So they said, no, they're not letting nobody in. So then we hear this one dude saying, I'm getting in the game. They got me effed up, like he was going off. So next thing you know, these dudes went and got this big old, I don't know what that thing, it looked like the thing that when the feds kick your door in, that's what it looked like. They went and got this thing, literally, and why we had to be over there with all that was going on. They went and got this thing, and literally, they bum rushed the door. The door, first of all, they was hitting it so hard, it had chains on the door. They broke the chains with the whatever they was using, whatever that thing, object that they used. They broke the chains. Second of all, they bum rushed the door. The door went kaboom! Look, 2 steps in a row, period. Like, we was like, oh my God. So at that point, get over. What is you doing? Let me pass this wench. Because you playing right now. Anybody got time for this? Smoking a freaking cigarette, dude. You on the highway cruising in the fast lane with a cigarette? Really? Anyway, excuse me, guys. See how people bring that out of you? You're trying to drive and they trying to flex with a cigarette. Where they do that at? Anyway, so by that time, hot, y'all. That's why I'm fidgety right now. Turn my heat off. By that time, everybody, we proceeded with we was fools. We did what they did. Everybody just bum rushed through the door. We bum rushed through the side door. When I tell you, I have never in my life been so nervous and scared. We bum rushed through the door. We all flew through that door. We was running. When I tell you, at the point we got in the door, I realized people were laying all in the floor everywhere through this little, it was like a hallway, literally. People were laying all in the floor everywhere, like, people were laying everywhere. We was like, oh my God. So I'm calling my cousins, I'm calling my friends, like, y'all okay? They was like, yeah, we good, we good, we good. So they was still trying to get through. People were laying, when I say people were laying everywhere, people were laying everywhere, all in the floor, everywhere, like all in the, people were laying on top of each other. At this point, I realized, it hit me. These people have been trampled on. Like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? So once we got in there, we see people going crazy and screaming and hollering and people laying in the floor like they are unresponsive. We like, what the heck is going on? Like, we get up in here and we see this, like, this reality set in. So at that point, Dougie Fresh got on the mic. He was like, y'all this, y'all that, y'all don't be ashamed of yourself. You know, y'all done came up in here and it's legally, 3 people legally dead. What? Now I'm like, I want my mother. Because my mother worked for Central Booking. So I'm like, my mother gonna go off when she know I'm up in here anyway. Because, especially how I got in here. She can't know this story. Because she gonna go off, especially knowing that people are dead. Next thing you know, they were dragging bodies, putting them in the corners and stuff, trying to resuscitate them and everything. I'm telling you, it was crazy. We was all to pieces. And at this point, we ready to go. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. I'm getting hyped, y'all, because it just brought me back to that day. You know, because it was terrible. I was like, I'm ready to go home. My cousin was like, I'm ready to go home. And they was like, nobody's going home. Dougie Fresh was flipping on everybody. You know, he's a humble person. But he was going off that day. He was like, ain't nobody going home. He said, y'all done bum rushed the door. Everybody, whoever did that was a sucker. He was like, y'all done bum rushed the door. And it's 5 legally dead people in this building. It's like, oh my God. And ain't nobody going home. Because we got to get these people out of here. We got to get them to their families. And we going to have to, if we got to be here till tomorrow, that's what it's going to be. You know, at that point, I'm an empath. So at that point, I was crying because I was like, you know what? This is crazy. And God, please forgive me. Because it wasn't my fault. But just the simple fact that I'm in the building, I can't leave. I don't know when I'm going to be able to leave at this point, because we had to wait for the cops to come. The coroners had to come and take the bodies. It was crazy. I never saw Puff. Puff was never even in the building, because I think once he knew it, he wasn't even there. He probably was going to show up in the end like he always do, show his face or whatever, because it was his event. But everybody was furious with him. People, families lost their loved ones. Nobody got paid for that. Like, they didn't even get compensated for the death of their loved ones. It was just sad. It was sad. It was sad. It was sad. And I'm like, you know what? You have to have humility for people. Like, you had the money. I would have took care of them people. I'm sorry. To avoid courts and trials, you're supposed to take care of people, because that was your responsibility. First of all, you should have had $1 million insurance policy on that event. So if anything would have happened, everybody would have been good, because it was a catastrophe. Like, literally, that's a tragedy that it went down in history. City College, I mean, we thought we was going to see all the celebrities, all the ball players, or whatever, and have a good time. Plus, we was having tickets to the after party. It was crazy. Like, we couldn't even enjoy ourselves, because that was something that we never, ever, that's just like the 9/11. That's something that you just never forget. But I wasn't at 9/11, but I was there. I was at the City College tournament. So I was just like, you know what? It was like, literally, people were laying all on the floor everywhere. At the end of the day, if I'm not mistaken, because it was, like I said, it was so long ago. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was either 9 or 10 people legally dead. When I tell y'all Dougie Fresh went off, he he went off because he was like, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Y'all ain't, oh, he was going up, y'all ain't ish, this and that, y'all suckers, this and that, y'all, if you couldn't get in, you couldn't get in. You might have been compensated for your ticket or whatever, but y'all just so thirsty to be up in here and this and that, knowing that it was already over capacity. But the thing of it was, the tournament was already oversold. It was sold out. They shouldn't have sold any more tickets. They shouldn't have given away any more tickets. It was already a sold out event the day the tickets dropped. So y'all sold all these other tickets past the day it dropped. Of course it was sold out. It was just crazy. But anyway, you know, just say that to say, like, I've been in so many situations and stuff in New York where I could have been dead for real. And only God, only the grace of God is what sustained me. That's it. Because, like I said, I could have been the one laying on the floor trampled on. I felt so bad for those people. I'm telling you, we went home. We didn't go to sleep. We was just up all night long, just crying and just thinking about those poor people that got killed, literally got murdered in a freaking college. And so, you know, and that put a bad name on City College too. And City College is a good college, but that put a bad name on them because of that whole situation, you know, of how it was done and everything and how it went down. But I'm telling y'all, so I just hope that people that have plan these events and stuff, they just have empathy on people, and they just know that you just can't, it ain't all about money all the time. Some people just be so greedy for money, taking money, knowing they gonna make money. It ain't all about money all the time. It's about people's lives. It's about making sure people are safe in an environment that everybody is good, everybody is happy. You know, you can't have situations going on where people are dying and getting killed or getting hurt or whatever. You got to make sure stuff is right. You got to have your people in place, and you got to make sure you got insurance for situations that happen. When something go down, you can make amends of that. You can't just be having all these lawsuits with people and you don't want to pay these people, and then you wonder why people want to act a fool and throw a bad name on your name. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm already at my destination. But I want y'all to have a wonderful, wonderful day. Today is Tuesday, beginning of the week. We got a long week to go. And this weekend, I got plans. I can't wait. I'm going to be pretty this weekend. I'm going to be so cutesy, so demure. Anyway, guys, I'll check y'all later. I'll be hitting back with y'all. I'm talking all off the wall, y'all, because I'm watching this person beside me. I'll be hitting up y'all soon, because I got some more story time on the way. Ciao.